I legitimately forgot how quaint this song sounds. I didn't really think about it till now, but dang, Kakariko Village got quite the peaceful theme. And given how the village looks, it fits the setting quite well. I like it! Well, apart from the living mountain overhead. Still, fits with the atmosphere pretty well. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Previously, we took on the role of fulfilling the Vessel of Light and restoring light back to the Elder Province. And that's including Kakariko Village, where we finally met the kids and see that they're all safe and sound, along with meeting with that character over there, Renato, and his daughter. But more problems happen to be over the horizon in the form of the Goron tribe, who all of a sudden, from what Renato has told us, have apparently got very hostile with the residents of Kakariko. So today it's going to be up to us to try and convince the Gorons ourselves to clear up the problems between Kakariko and themselves in order to bring harmony back between the two groups once again. I do not know what is in the Goron minds, but surely they will soon come to understand it and right what is wrong. Do not conceal yourself with me, my son. You must flee this place as quickly as you can. Link, trying to go near the mines is very dangerous. I'll be very sad to be separate from Colin and the others, but I know they must go. Please return them safely to their parents. We'll do just that as soon as we make a trip to Death Mountain. But now that we cleared up the Twilight around here, I think at least one place should be open to us. If not, it might become open for us to look through later on. And that's gonna be over here. This is Bard's Bobs. So yeah, this guy, he happens to be the bomb shop owner of Kakariko. Christ, my storehouse, my powder, what happened? Them foul beasts, curse them all. Well, I said I was going to spend the next time I was here, so let's do that. Well, hey now, you insane, bud? That's dangerous. Don't go lighting fires in the middle of my shop. And Link puts away like he's a good boy. Wait, what if he says something else if we do it again? No, he just freaks out the same way as before. But what's even funnier is that if you try doing it on the upper floor, you can just make water summon on command like that. Even more impressive is that there's really nothing in the ceiling that indicates that he could disperse water down like that. It just magically happens. It's pretty funny, but also kind of strange, but pretty funny all the same. So that's something I want to show off very quickly. We can't buy anything here yet, but it's pretty obvious what he does sell once his shop becomes operational for us to look through. Just want to give that a look just in case. A quick note to mention the HD version of the game. Horsegrass, minigames, side quests, and your last save location are all tracked to your map. So you got some pretty handy features that are listed on your minimap whenever you are looking on that with your gamepad. It's pretty cool stuff. And I can imagine that will be pretty useful to like novice players of this game to utilize. So we try going near the Goron here. Of course, the Gorons being the residents of Death Mountain, like we met in last episode. Ah! No humans allowed! These lands ahead belong to the Goron tribe. The elders said no humans may pass. Well, it's pretty simple, right? We'll deal with it like we dealt with a goat before. Except, not really. A human's strength is nothing compared to a Goron's. Do you understand me, human? Then away with you! Okay, this is gonna sound pretty masochistic with me, but I'm gonna go up there and try again. I actually didn't hold down the A button as long as I should have when I deal with a ghost that's charging at me. I want to try that method again with a Goron. Oh, you are back again, human? You will never pass. You cannot hope to match our brute force. Just try me, Mr. Goron. I'm ready for you this time. Yeah, even when I hold it down, I still get pushed off. So we're not getting by that Goron anytime soon. So in a case like this, best to make a hasty retreat and try to find another way up the mountain. So back goes the option of negotiation with the Goron tribe. I guess we'll have to try to persuade them by force if we can. Ah, how fortunate you are in one piece. I saw you heading up the mountain trail, so I was worried. You tried to reach the Gorons of Death Mountain? It's far too dangerous, Link. They recognize only strength. A normal person could never persuade them. But I do know one person who was able to best them and earn their trust. His name is Bo. You may know him as the mayor of your hometown, Orden. Please go to him, and while you are there, please let him know that the children are safe. Of course, getting them back would be best, but we could not keep them safe from the monsters on the road without a horse and cart. Please return to Orden and inform the parents that their children are free from harm. Give them my word. I'll be sure to do just that. Best for you to return to Orden and let everyone know the children are safe. But Goros, I'm sure Bo will be able to tell you how to best win their trust. So, this Mayor Bo happens to be a bit more of an important character than we were led to believe. Not just being the mayor of our hometown, but also has a connection with Renato and may have a way for us to get by the Gorons. Well, we found Epona, or rather Epona found us. He's gonna hold the stick in the direction that the game tells us to, otherwise we'll get bucked off. And then sees her when the A prompt comes up. And just like that, we have Epona back. She came at the best possible time. You're not too shabby or regular after all. Won't this make getting back to your town a lot easier? Now go and finish your errand so we can get back here. Get a move on. Yes, oh fearless leader Midna, I will continue to submit myself to every command you give me. I'm not gonna get healed like that, so I guess I gotta step in the water by foot. But I'm very happy we got Epona back. A lot faster than I remember, to be honest. And she looks really great in HD, man. Talk about a glow up. I don't remember her having this much, like, crisp or detail to her model from the Wii version. Epona, they treated you well. They treated you very well. I guess she was captured by the Bulblins, or the Bulblins rather, when we last saw her, because she was being ridden by some Bulblins, but honestly she managed to buck them off very easily, or at least rather they couldn't hang on to her enough, not like we could. But nothing really indicated that she was captured by them at all. She just kind of disappeared when the Bulblins invaded Morton Village. I'm gonna try this again. I wonder if I can. It's probably not gonna work. Ah, it does! Sweet! I was kind of worried about that. But not worried about this coming up. I did not think I could jump that fence. But somehow it worked. Greetings, Mr. Lake. I have come to deliver a letter. It's a letter from... How can she write? How does she know how to use a pen or pencil? How does she know how to draw words? Why am I getting a letter from Uku of all people? How does she know my address? This raises too many questions. But I guess I gotta check the letter to see what she wrote, as much as I don't want to. Seriously, how she able to do this? How does she deliver a letter? Does she know how the postal system works? I think I should just stop. The more I ask myself this, the more I'm just gonna enrage myself about this. I'm so happy to meet you, spend a bit of time with you. I'm planning a trip to a new location, just so you know. If we continue our journeys, or you continue your journeys, we might see each other again, so take care of yourself. P.S. I didn't have a chance to tell you last time, but I have a... Right! In case you couldn't tell, Uku is a girl. She's got a son. He's a good boy who can help you like an item, so be nice. I'm gonna do my best to spare you from how her son looks like. I mean, we saw how hideous she looked. I'm not gonna subject you all to how her son looks like. It's not any better. But yes, that thing can breed. That thing can create offsprings. That's just nightmare fuel in itself. Alright, so before we can go back to Order Village, I know there's one item we can get that technically we're not supposed to collect right now, but thanks to our boomerang, we can get this specific item a lot earlier than we're supposed to. It's just a matter of finding it. It's gonna be the big thing we'll have to worry about. A lot's actually opened up to us now that we got opponent back, so I want to think about how I want to handle this. Well, first things first, I want to get that item that I know we can't collect right now. I'm not sure we're even in the same area to get this or not at the moment, but I know it's around somewhere. Let's deal with this. Cargo rock seems to be annoying me more than it should. Is it over there? It's on that little pedestal of sorts, so I guess I should go on the other side. We'll do that. I thought I could get it from where I'm at right now, but I can't apparently. I figured the draw distance would make that item up here, but to my surprise, it's not going to do that. So keep on going. Oh, wait a minute! I heard something that I know I want to get. And it's right over there. No! Oh, opponent! Don't step on it! I almost made opponent trample on it by accident. First we'll deal with this macabre and get out of the way. Get out of here. And ending blow right to your nuts. Oh yeah, there's you. Gotta deal with you too. You'll just smack you with a seed upside the head. Shows you who's boss. And fate will blow you out of existence. I'll deal with you too just for the heck of it. While I'm at my killing spree, might as well just add one more body to the count. I don't care about that Bob skin at all. What I care about is this. So the reason why I stopped is that if you hear a small jingle whenever you're near an insect, that means you're near that insect so you can collect it. This is a male pill bug. And of course that means that the female pill bug should not be that far away from where we are right now. It's probably not going to be around here, but I want to check it out just to be safe. No, I don't see anything there. But I've got a suspicion of where it could be. Let's mount a Poda and go back to that area. And what I'm thinking of it, it's probably going to be over here. I might be wrong on this. But I want to check it out just to be safe. Yep, it's right here. Let's go approach it slowly. Alright, got it. And there's our female pillbug, as I expected. Obviously, finding those golden bugs is a lot easier to do at night since they're gonna be shining in the darkness. But they can be found in the daytime too if you know where to look. They're just a lot easier to find at night. However, unlike Ocarina of Time, there's no way to manipulate time to your advantage in this game. With as many things as this game borrowed from its predecessor, that's one thing that they never bothered to try and copy, which is, if you ask me, very sad because that was a very handy feature that you could use to help with some of the quests and items you can't get in that game. Speaking of things you can find in Zelda, we found a herd of Gways that are harassing us, but to their credit, I did come near their home in the first place, so I'm the intruder here. I'm the bad guy. I'm just evicting them from their home, I guess. And the last of them? No, it's more here. Oh, I'm actually sniping with a slingshot. Cool. I thought there'd be something here, that's why I went over to this tree in the first place, but no. Not yet, I guess. I know there's something here, but I guess we'll have to come back later for it. I got a little ahead of myself because there are a few things we could find in Kakariko Village now that we have Epona back. First off, we're gonna head over to the graveyard again, because there were a couple of torches that I did see, but just forgot for a few minutes, that we can light up, and they happen to be right here. So light those up. I won't get what's inside the chest right now. I'm just gonna say it's a bunch of rupees, and we can clearly see that I am quite full of them right now as it is. But that is one place that you can find if you need to get a bunch of rupees very fast. Another thing is that you can take out these Gways. This specific herd you can't eliminate because you get a special little bonus out of it when you're able to exterminate them all. It's much better to use with a boomerang. Why didn't I think of do that before? By getting rid of those Gways, you'll get a bunch of rupees to spawn here. So that's another quick method you can use to get all those. Or get some rupees to your wallet if you need some fast cash. I almost said, like, I almost mixed up the words there by saying, cast fash. I think that's what I was almost gonna say before. That's a lot harder to say intentionally than not intentionally. Also those things, but I just wanted to bully that just for the sake of bullying it, even though that's not something I would do in real life, so I'm gonna run for it. Let me alone. Serves those wasps bright. Even though they did nothing to me, still. Nice for me to get rid of their home. Now next, to find the... I think that was the male ant we got. I was so concerned about what I was trying to say beforehand that almost neglected to see what insect I got. Male ant. I thought so. So now, we can head over to the middle abandoned house on the east side, I believe. I hope it's this one we can enter. Because one of these houses contains the female ant that we can find. And that happens to be the one. Sweet. And that's another pair completed. I wonder, let me check again for a moment. Yeah, 3 pairs already. Not too shabby. That's a bit better than I thought we would actually do. And last thing I can show off, this is optional, if I'm being honest, but I figured it's worth showing just in case. You never know, it may prove to be a good tip for somebody out there. Remember that up here, there was a dried up spring that we saw when we were in wolf form, back when the Twilight was around. Well, by the spell of the Twilight, the Eldin has been able to open up mists again, and by virtue, they're hot spring too. And remember, this also, like I said, operates as a hot spring mechanic, so you can heal here if you have taken any damage and don't want to bother going to the spring off the distance in the background over there. Which, speaking of, that's where I'm going to go to get Epona, because that's the last thing I wanted to show off. So now we'll actually leave the village for real this time, and head back home to notify the residents that the children are safe. On the way there, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the horseback mechanic of this game and how it came to be. The character designer actually rode a horse himself to get an understanding on how to make horseback combat and riding more realistic. He also learned how big a horse could really be when standing next to one. I found this mentioned in the Zelda Encyclopedia, specifically on page 279. I'm pretty sure you can find that kind of trivia out on the web as well, but that's something I just wanted to bring up nonetheless. It's really cool that they did bother to show a little more care to the horseback mechanic of this game, because I felt like it wasn't polished enough in Ocarina of Time. For obvious reasons, given the time period that that game came out, it probably wasn't possible to make that as crisp as it ended up being a Twilight Princess. So that's why I want to bring up that there was a lot more care brought on to this aspect of the game than there was back in Ocarina of Time. I almost forgot about this rock over here before. I actually thought I got whatever I was looking for already for some reason. But no, it slipped my mind just for a few moments. You can see that there's a piece of heart off the background perched on that rock. Technically, we're not supposed to get that yet. But if you have the kill boomerang, which you will have by now, the game will say otherwise. Or rather the player and their agency. That's our 5th piece of heart, and by virtue of collecting this, we now have another heart container to our name, giving us 5 hearts overall. You're supposed to wait till a little later to get that, but you can say screw patience and get it right now, since we have the boomerang on our side. I'm not sure why they bothered to make that more restrictive than it turned out to be, or at least less restrictive rather. But still, it's pretty funny you can get a valuable item like that so early, so soon when you're not supposed to. In any case, it's gonna be helpful for you nonetheless. God, it's so much faster going through Hyrule Field with Epona. Really did take for granted how much I missed the girl. Epona is a very helpful companion to have. And thanks to her, we're now back home in the Orden province. I'll just continue to ride her back home while we still can. And since she's available to us again, that means we can now use the horse grass to call Epona whenever we do see some nearby. So be sure not to forget about those the next time you are near a batch, because that way you can call Epona and continue your transportation and make your life a lot easier. Before we keep progressing further though, I did remember that over here is where we can meet the Wolf of the Hero's Shade. As predicted, it was residing in the Orden Spring. meet again. You have a little more of the look of a hero than you did before. Do you feel ready to earn your next skill? Very well. But before we begin, I must test you to ensure that you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the ending blow. Now then, come at me! Before you learn the new skill, you gotta show that you have mastered the last one. Excellent. It appears you are certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well. My second skill is the shield attack. Let it be honed into your mind. No matter how well-tempered a blade is, if a foe is clad in armor and bears a shield, the sword will do no harm. When facing such a foe, you must use ZR to thrust your shield against the defenses of your enemy, causing the feat to recoil. Use CL to lock onto me, then try it. You have learned much, so I am sure you can see the moment when you can do a shield attack. Alright, that's not as complicated as I thought it would be. So shield attack, and that opens up the opposed defense for a strike. Excellent. Open hole your enemy's defenses and use your sword to strike without hesitation. The shield attack I have taught you can also be used to repel an enemy's projectile attacks. Would you practice? Then repel my magical attack with your shield. Nice. Perfect! When your enemies assail you with projectiles, this is how you will defeat them with ease. Done! You have learned the second of my hidden skills, the shield attack. You learned the second hidden skill, a skill that I forgot that it can reflect projectiles. I usually use it for melee combat, so I should be sure to keep that additional advantage in mind. It can be used to thrust your shield to daze your enemies, and, like I said, reflect projectiles. But I have 5 more secrets to teach you in time. The path to becoming a true hero is a long one, but once you have grasped all the hidden skills, you shall be worthy of walking it. You must persist on the lonely path of the sword to obtain true courage and earn the strength to conquer the great evils of the world. Do not forget your discipline with the blade before we meet again. Alright, so we already have 2 of the 7 hidden skills that we can learn from the hero's shade. Very nice. That's increasing our overall capabilities as a swords master, or at least a swords master in training, a little bit more. Actually giving our shield more of a purpose. So stop by here and make a quick trip to meet with all of the villagers. So we'll speak to this guy first. Actually, let's go speak to Sarah. So the Spirits of Light had a different design before. Instead of them being like full-blown animals, they had the head of a beast, but the body of a human. I didn't expect this music to appear again. That surprised me. Oh, oh, that's the Kakariko village. Oh, thank goodness they're all still alive. I was worried sick. Phew. Finally, I can get back to work in peace. And she goes back to business as usual. I seriously did not expect this music to stick around though. I thought it'd be like a remote thing. Where this will appear if we meet the other villagers. The time will tell. Besides, we have to be here to meet Mayor Boat anyways, so we'll save it for last. As I was saying, the light spirits had a different design before. It can be found in their article on Zelda Wiki, as well as in the Dark Horse books. I'm pretty sure they can be found there too. I remember coming across some concept art of them when I was doing my research. Plus, the name Ordona was only ever used in English versions of the game. All other languages are different variations of a word known as, hope I'm saying this right, Ratoanu. It's Ordona's Japanese name, actually. It's also been transliterated as Laotin, so that way this would be known as the Laotin province. Some cool trivia about the origins of the Orda name, something I really didn't expect at all. Keep talking to more of these villagers, informing them that the children are indeed safe. I'm pretty sure you can skip by this. I'm almost certain to think that speaking to all the villagers is optional. The only one you really gotta worry about talking to at this point is Mayor Boa, cause he's got whatever we need to do to get by the Gorons. But it's meant to speak to the villagers anyways because we saw how down they were the last time we were at home. So it's best to just give them the time of day. It's only fair in my opinion. I just to see you again, little buddy. Have you been a good boy? I hope you've been a good boy. Especially when she's been down and out in terms of like her spirit as of late. Good to see you again. Alright, that's at least 4 of the villagers accounted for. Next up, we'll go meet Russell and Yuli. You can see both just already standing out in the distance. But we'll save it for last, like I said. I want to give all the Yuli villagers the time of day first. Besides, we gotta see how Russell's doing, because he was really banged up the last time we saw him. Colin. Colin is alive? Oh, the children are all safe. Oh, how wonderful. I'm so glad I kept the faith. My thanks to you, Lega, from the bottom of my heart. Have you told everyone else yet? You must tell them all. She has a really nice smile. Nice to see her back in high spirits again. Really going to be an impressive swordsman over time. Which I told my husband as well. So he's still resting, I guess. Wait, stop by Kakariko. No, wait. I almost assumed that he was already up and moving. And on his way to Kakariko. I was like, what? Did he learn his lesson last time? What's even worse is that he doesn't have a sword. No, wait, he does have one. He just happened to have spares. I almost thought he was up and moving again. I got really worried for a moment. Wow, it is you, Link. You're safe and sound. You're close. What happened to you, lad? Come quick, inside. I was gonna go speak to the ranch hand, but alright. Gonna force me in here? I guess I'll have to wait. Well, that's good. Ronald's an old friend. If they're in his care, then we can relax. Oh my god, that face. So, don't keep me waiting, lad. Tell me my little girl. Ilia's with the rest of them, right? Oh, I see. That ain't what I wanted to hear. But Link, I guess I need to think of all 5 of the poor kids, not just my own. They're all in danger. What should I be asking is how I can help out. What's that now? the Gorons of Death Mountain. I see. Sorta told you that. Well, it's true. I did defeat the Gorons in a contest of strength and earn their trust, with the help of a little secret. I can't teach you the secrets, but can you promise me that you absolutely, positively will not disclose it to anyone? What happens if I say no? I see. Well, you understand I can't teach the secret to a fellow who will protect it. It's a great shame. Ah, that brings me out of this. Okay. Because I know what's coming up next, but I don't want to do that yet. I actually thought it wasn't gonna be like there wasn't a choice that you can back out. Well, that's good news for me because I want to go speak to the ranch hand and fill him in on the news as well. And maybe I'll go give everyone else a second talk to as well because I kind of forgot they all have second dialogue or secondary dialogue given what point in the story that we're at right now. Link! No fooling? The tots is safe? And on top of that, they're all conquering a village. Ah, shucks. You don't need to worry about that now. You're incredible, bud. I can already see everybody's smiling faces. Does everyone already know? Did y'all tell the tots' parents? It ain't done yet. You better clear out and get to it. That's just about everyone we can talk to when it comes to the children. Although that does bring up something that we probably neglected to look up. Alia was not with the kids, but we did find Ronaldo supervising them. Wonder where she could have ended up. Well, I guess I'll have to wait for another time as I go make one more trip around some of the parts of Orden. Cause I didn't get to speak to everyone 2 times in a row. It's kind of my rule in Zelda games to always give people a little more time than you normally would. Cause they do have multiple lines of dialogue to spew out. Probably not much, but oh, this guy actually knows the shield on our back. It's a gift we were going to. I thought the monster stole it, but you got it before them? You got it, Drumhead. Boy, talk about misconception on my part. That's good, though. Good. You never know when or where those monsters might appear, so I hope it comes in handy for you. And nice to know that he's pretty jovial about us keeping the shield. I was kind of wondering the same thing would happen to that item like it did with the sword. Something that didn't really cross my mind until after we got the sword and visited Yuli when Russell was all injured. Go out there again. Higher trap operations coming along. I thought that would link to her going to her shopping mechanic, but still want to give Sarah some time as well. It's only fair after I did to everyone else. Actually, did I speak to everyone else? I'm pretty sure I spoke to Yuli as well, but I'm gonna speak to her one more time just to be safe. I always have to be overachieving when it comes to like covering all my bases, especially with how not sharp my memory is now. That's the one that's fine news. That's what I call it too. I think she was speaking to Russell about that too, Russell. Or about Russell, I should say. Oh no, that's just Colin. Nope, GS speaking to both, okay. So Russell's just missing, I guess? That means he is up and about. I guess that's good to hear. Well, in any case, we've spoken to everyone in the village, so it's time to go speak to Bo. But I think we'll save what he has to share with us next time. Because what's coming up next, I want to give it its full attention, and this episode is already going as long enough as it is by my standards. So next time, we're going to speak to Maribel about his little secret on how he earned the Goron's trust. And hopefully, we can apply that secret to ourselves to do the same thing with the prideful tribe. Until we meet again, farewell for now.